Hi, it's Balanced here. Today I'm holding in front of you the United States flag that's upside down. The bald eagle flying through it, holding a medicine bag. Inside that medicine bag is corn. We have to reseed this nation, return it back to a republic form of government. Not a democracy. Not as most of you have been led to believe is a good thing. Today, we're going to touch base on spirituality and a republic form of government and what the two have in common. And we're also going to touch base on democracy. And understand democracy always fails. It gets to a pivotal point, an apex, just as it is today. We as Americans, we as people of this nation, from all walks of life, from all countries, must understand that a republic form of government is a true spiritual form of life. A republic form of government doesn't allow 51% to control 49%. It doesn't allow the corruption within the judicial system. It doesn't allow the corruption within city government. And the reason why is because at a local level, the Constitution must and shall prevail. This country was based on a form or a document a lot of people want to destroy. A lot of people want to amend. The question is, are you a spiritual being? Or are you a fictitious individual? An entity that is a superficial, supernatural falsehood. We're going to touch base on that today. Today I come to you to express a lot of understanding within the rights of the people here in the United States. Understand that there's been a lot of propaganda here in the United States. A lot of change, a lot of diversity, both good and bad. Understand that we as living people who walk upon this planet must come together and unite. The United States was founded upon a republic form of government. The Constitution was founded on words out of the Iroquois Constitution. There's a lot of things in this world that were never taught, were never told. Because again, the people of this world who are in control at this time, the elite, who lie and cheat and steal from the American people, place their hand and force upon the ethnicity of the American Indian since the beginning of time, who have desecrated sacred lands, robbed from Mother Earth, stole from one another, all because of religious rights or religious beliefs. This country has gone through a large amount of struggle. Today, I open up my heart to each and every one of you, and I let my ears listen to the words I'm going to say. The republic form of government is a spiritual government. It doesn't allow 51% to control 49%. And the reason is simply this. We're all given a fundamental right within our Creator. Some people call Him God. Some people might call it Great Mother, Great Father, Great Spirit. However you call it. But understand that the United States was formed to not only protect the religious rights of the individual, but also to ensure that the corruption hopefully wouldn't take place again. Benjamin Franklin said it right when a young lady asked him what took place in Independence Hall. And he simply said, "We have a republic form of government if you can keep it." Here in the United States, we lost our way. We took away the fundamental liberties of each individual citizen, who truly should be what is referred to as a national. Because under the citizen, a lot of rights, liberties are taken away through the presumption that you're a corporation. Many people look at the presidency over all the years and they say, Ronald Reagan was a great president. Some say Jimmy Carter was a great president. Some will even say that John F. Kennedy was a great president. But one of the most common presidents in the United States that most everybody thinks is the best president that ever lived was Abraham Lincoln. Well, during the time of Abraham Lincoln's presidency, there was a great war, and that was the Civil War. It was here to free the slaves according to documents and reality of that time. But this is what transpired. During Congress in 1861 through 1864, corporations became people, and people became corporations. Once that took place, it enslaved the entire nation. But the only way it could take place is to free the slaves. Because then, and only then, all people here in America could become slaves. In my opinion, Abraham Lincoln was not the greatest president. He was the downfall of America. This might come harsh to a lot of you, but in my reality and in my belief, allowing corporations to become people and have the same rights and liberties that God intended us to have is wrong. And at the same time, to place upon the individual, the true living person, a true spiritual being of light and love and compassion, to proclaim that that individual all of a sudden now is a business entity, a corporation. That's a hard struggle to understand if this is new to you. And at the same time as our country was going through hard times, women were coming into their own. Something that was not new to the American Indian, for women played an important part. Women were standing up for their rights, the ability to vote, to speak out against corruption. And so the government decided around that time of women standing up to impose a tax called the maternity tax. They wanted to charge women a percentage for having kids. Well, that didn't stand up. And I'm sure it wouldn't stand up today. So what happened was later on, as time progressed, we noticed that the Federal Reserve came into place. The National Vital Statistics came into place. And with the National Vital Statistics, what took place was it allowed the Corporation of the United States, which was founded in 1871. You see, there's three forms of government. We have a constitutional government, we have a municipal government, and we have a full corporate capacity that's outside of government. It's no different than McDonald's, no different than Walmart, no different than your own individual business if you're a small business owner. And what that did is it allowed the government to place bonds upon the people, determined about the average lifespan and how many taxes you would pay, no matter how much you were taxed. The government could sell that on the open market, transfer that amount of money, place it in a trust, so to speak, utilize that trust for the corruption that followed. In every state, doesn't matter if you was born here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, or Twin Falls, Idaho, or Los Angeles, California. Every state in this United States has two forms of birth certificates. One with your name in upper and lower case, which is actually, under most laws in every state, is considered to be your true name. The only area that binds you to any legal contract or lawful contract. Then you have your all-cap name, which allows the presumption to be placed upon you that you're a corporation that can be ruled under admiralty law and administrative law, with all your rights and liberties bestowed upon you by Heavenly Father, Creator, Mother, Great Spirit, God, to be taken away. Because then the government can take care of you. The question is, how many of you require the government to take care of you? Yes, there are people that are disabled. There are people that require help on a daily basis. There's many areas of problems within the individual. But we as people, as humanity, must stand together and help our brothers and sisters without government interference, without the government coming in and dictating that they own the heavens, the stars above, the water that falls from the sky. For that is your right to be able to live life, the pursuit of happiness as in the Constitution. Again, we're guaranteed a republic form of government, not a democracy. In every country, in every world, no different than the Romans. Once a democracy is founded, in time it will fail. The republic form of government is the only true government that allows spiritual protection upon your path as you walk here on Mother Earth. No. But there is no other way to protect your spiritual journey. You might believe there is, but I'm here to tell you that you're not opening up to the truth. That you're looking at things from a perspective that has been propaganda and transformed into an area of deceit, lies. Liberty requires more responsibility than entitlement-based democracy. The republic form of government truly allows an individual to walk his or her path as long as they do not cause problems, injury, somebody who is truly affected, not a presumption of an injury that could happen, but a true injury to either somebody, Mother Earth, an animal. We all are here to coexist in a time of change. We are here to be able to understand that life without the pursuit of happiness is strictly slavery. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of the situation that we're in. I'm tired of understanding how people's mentality can get to a point where they can't be responsible enough for themselves to take care of themselves. It's a sad time here in America and throughout this world. It's time for a new apex, a shift of energy. And during this time, we're going to see a lot of things change. We're going to see our friends come and go, our family come and go. We're going to see areas of life around us change so dramatically that we'll be in awe, questioning our own fundamental beliefs of who we are. But as an American Indian, let me tell you, you're a spiritual angelic being, in my belief. You have the right to experience this 3D dimension in any way, shape, or form as you had decided prior to coming. The Republic form of government is the only spiritual government that allows you to do so. Myself personally, I come from a family of true people who have been annihilated, assimilated, killed in a manner of spirituality due to the religious formats of today, the past, due to the governmental placement of all American Indians on reservations, preventing them to be spiritual. My family is the Puyallup tribe of northern New Mexico, which means feather bunch flying to the cosmos beyond the cosmos. The Spaniards came in with the Catholicism and they changed our name to Pecaries, which only means feather bunch flying. For you see, to control the mass, you must destroy the past. You must hide what is in plain view in a manner that it still remains in plain view, but through the propaganda of media, and government, and religion, all seems to be lost. Understand that you and I are no different. Understand that the love I have for you is the love that you have for me. Understand that what is taking place across this world, the terrorism, is mostly ran by the elite individuals who are in control of the current governments, not just here in the United States, but abroad. Look at Sweden. It allowed a race to come in and destroy a country. And many other countries are allowing it too because of political correctness. This is harsh. And I'm not picking on any particular race, because all of us belong to one race, the human race, a spiritual race. And within every spiritual race, there's a shadow race. Understand that. That is their purpose. It's a difficult time to understand that we as people of this nation can no longer sit down and expect to be taken care of. That's not what you're here for. Everything that comes your way, you're responsible for. If you choose to have that child, you're responsible for that child. If you choose not to have that child, you're still responsible for that energy that was created, because that was part of your understanding when you came. There should be no guilt, no shame, no fear. There should be truth and honesty and love. Just as these wings are upon my chest, each and every one of you have wings upon your back, for you're an angel, a true angelic being of light. Don't forget that. The Republic form of government is the most crucial part of change upon this planet. And if we can restore this government back to where it was meant to be, then we can actually allow ourselves to move forward in the light. It's not about borders. It's not about building walls. It's about the individual experience. Responsibility for who you are, what you are, and the responsibility of others to respect that. Currently in the United States, we have over 3,000 counties. And each and every one of those counties have the opportunity to be a republic form of government. It lies within the clerk of the county, and in some states the clerk of the court as well, because there are two clerks within that county. And the sheriff, a true constitutional sheriff that understands what liberty is. My father was an American Indian, Puyallup. He was elected to sheriff in Mora County in the 50s. The youngest and first American Indian in my understanding. He was even on Paul Harvey back in the day. You see, to be a constitutional sheriff requires the responsibility of spirituality and liberty, the understanding of love and compassion for your fellow brother and sister. It's not about allowing the state police, the corporatism of officers, the color of law. It's about the ability to recognize who we are within that light source energy. To be able to protect ourselves from intruders that try to take our spirituality away. We can stand in the shadow and we can be hidden from view. However, we must understand to move into the light requires responsibility, requires truth and love. It requires the ability to recognize within oneself who we are and who our brothers and sisters are, not just here locally, but around this planet. The time of change is now. The time of understanding who we are and taking the responsibility for who we are is at this present moment of an apex. There are many worlds watching, many alien races watching us right now, wondering if we will overcome what we started and return back to prosperity, turn back to being able to be free, understanding that the light source energy that lies within us is not to be taken for granted, to be forgotten, to be buried into the shadow energy. That is not who we are. Brothers and sisters of the shadow light, I forgive you. I send love and compassion and hugs to each and every one of you. For I know one day the power of love that is bestowed upon all of us will bring you out of that shadow back into the light. And once you come back into the light, you can't return to the shadow. And I know that. For you see, when you hear the truth, you won't sleep at night, because it's going to stir the spirit that lies within you. And as that spirit stirs and becomes one within itself, it'll grow energy upon energy upon energy within the white light of the individual consciousness, within the blue light of the collective consciousness, and the purple light of source consciousness. And you, brother and sister, will spread that truth. And just as a wildfire takes place, it will do the same on a spiritual energy around this planet, as it already has been taking place. And I congratulate each and every one of you brothers and sisters who understand what I'm speaking about. And I congratulate each and every one of you who don't know, for these are new words to you. So take this time and moment. Understand that wherever there is light, there is shadow. an equal amount of balance within ourselves. Please understand that. Which energy will you feed? Will you feed the shadow energy for the rest of your life? Self-pity, greed, lack of compassion, judgment? Or will you step into the light? Doesn't matter how fast you step into it or how slow you step into it, but to recognize within yourself of who you are. So that is my challenge for you today. To know who you are. To recognize that you are a person of light, a person of truth, a person of spirit. And I say this humbly to each and every one of you. I'm grateful for you upon this journey of life that we all live, that we all go through. And I raise my hands to the skies where the shadow energy lives. And I let you know that your time is coming to an end. For all of us will step into the light. All of us will raise our hands into the light. And as we do so, we will forgive our brothers and sisters of debt, and we will move together to make this humanity a better place. And I say this humbly. Aho.